To understand your true self, you can only find yourself in the silence of your thoughts. Buddha said that man is like a hungry ghost. Man lives in dissatisfaction all the time and is constantly chasing after satisfaction, with a personality, the ego, that only exists in their head. The personality ego is not even real. So they are like ghosts wandering around and just looking for something that can satisfy them so they can be happy. When you get in touch with your true inner conscious self, the search of satisfactions will subside. Your true conscious self, the consciousness, is always satisfied and happy, basically. Your personality, the ego, is completely empty because it's not real. Therefore, the ego must constantly fill up themselves to be happy. It's a false happiness. Your true conscious self cannot suffer. It is only your personality ego that can suffer. The more you become aware, the less and less suffering there will be. Your true self always starts from reality. Your ego only feeds on history or worries about the future. The ego cannot live in this present moment. So man has lived with a ghost personality, the ego, that constantly wants to be confirmed and constantly satisfied with something in order to feel happy. So it is not surprising at all that the world looks the way it does and that people becomes unhappy. Becoming aware of your true self is about waking up from the false mask of your ego and understanding that beyond the mask you have been there all alone. When you get in touch with what is already awake and has always been awake within you, true joy and happiness will come. When you have got in touch with your true self behind your thoughts and your personality ego, your personality will still be there. But now it is a conscious personality. Now you are not consumed by your personality. Now you are a conscious personality that lives more from your true self, which is pure awareness. Does that sound complicated? You will understand as you practice the techniques further back in this course when you get to have your own personal experience of connecting with your true conscious self behind your thoughts. Our inner true consciousness self cannot react, evaluate or judge everything. Only your mind and your ego have that quality. Your true conscious self is fundamentally driven by pure awareness and pure love. When you are centrated in your consciousness behind your thoughts, you can use your mind in the best way. When you are centered in yourself in the consciousness, you are driven more by pure compassion, empathy and love. You cannot understand what your inner true consciousness self is through a thought. Only in the absence of thought you can understand your true inner self. You must have your own direct experience in the techniques in this course to observe and center yourself in your true self. Your true self is more a part of a pure experience than a thought. It is your inner conscious self that experiences everything within your three inner processes. Everything that we experience through external and internal perception through our six senses organs is always the consciousness aware of before the ego. When the ego comes in, the ego is evaluate, judge and react. The training in the course is about becoming more aware of your true self and training not to react, evaluate and judge yourself and judge everything else in the life. And if you stop listening to and believe in your own thoughts about who you think you are, the ego will disappear. The ego is just a product of thoughts. The ego is not who you are as a person right here and now. The ego is just a pure fantasy. Right here and right now, we are something much deeper beyond our thoughts in our head. Your inner center and conscious self have always been there since you were born. But your thoughts and the ego have blocked you from experience who you truly are as a person. Your true self emerges when the voice in your head falls in silence. So basically, you can put aside all your concepts, beliefs, thoughts, spiritual theories, opinions, philosophies and religion for a little while and just close your eyes, sit down and start observing your thoughts and immediately understand that you are not your thoughts, but you are the one who is aware of your thoughts. Then you are one with reality and the ultimate truth. When you no longer believe in all the thoughts of your mind, when you are no longer hidden behind the false mask of the ego, and that you are not driven by the ego's desire for satisfaction, when you stop reacting, evaluating, judging everything, you will discover an inner freedom that you did not even think was possible before. So imagine waking up every morning without having to play any role. You wake up completely free from all rules and mental images of who you are. Now you are completely free from your ego. You can create the future film that you wish to live in. A future film about love. Living in true love and in true awareness is what this whole course is basically about. Now you know everything about how thinking works, and you know everything about how the ego works. So now it is only up to you to later start practice the techniques in this course to free yourself from your mental prison once and for all. And now we go to how to observe our inner life.